So the reason I left that a little thick on the bottom, because I come in now and all these little spots that I might think it's a pinhole or a thin spot, after I clean this side up, I come in and weld all of this up and grind it down one last time, then I can smooth out the backside. But you don't really see it, so I don't, but I'm going to do it just to show you how it can be done. If you're a perfectionist and you're worried about, you know, everything being perfect, but it takes a little time. That's why I'm not filming all of this, guys. But just coming through, I'm going to weld all of this up on this side now. Make sure I got good penetration. I'm going to turn the welder up a little higher, you know, because now I can do that because I got quite a good weld onto the old weld. So, all right, guys. So I made this template on this left fender wheel well. All right, so on the other side, what I do, and I got it starting right here at this corner. So on the other side, and I got this mark here, so I know this is the top. So when I get it to the right side, all I want to do is flip it over like that, and then that'll be my right side there. Okay, because you want to do it the opposite way, because this side is coming like this, so this side needs to come like this. So these two marks are right here. And then this here is just coming in. It's just a 1/2 inch, guys. I'm really surprised about that, but I guess they wanted this to be as strong as possible. So it's just a 1/2 inch. So it's just a 1/2 inch there, guys. All right. So now, I know when I put these pieces on here, all right, so these pieces are going to end about right there. All right. All right, guys, so to gave myself a little bit more room here than what I needed. I cut the wrong one, made 2 different lines, supposed to cut on this line. I forgot to scribble out this line here, so I know not to cut there. So I gotta go back and bend that up. It happens. I'm not Mr. Perfect. Wish I was. But anyway, I'm gonna come in here now and I think I'm gonna use this as the front because it's already got splits there. So what I want to do, guys, is that I want to come like probably just a little more than a 1/2 inch in here, guys. And what I want to do is split that. Alright, so what I want to do is split this, guys. And honestly, I want to come in an angle here, guys, believe it or not. So I tried this on that piece of scrap piece. So yes, I do want to cut in an angle here. So so by me cutting an angle, when I bend this over, then I can weld these two up here. You know, I can either cut, clean this up, weld it up. Like I say, guys, it might not be the prettiest work, but guys, tell me when they're gonna start making wheel wells for these 70 Wildcats. And believe it or not, guys, if they or even if they making them now and I haven't found them, if somebody come and, or if I run across a good wheel well, which I know my guy Buick Bob ain't letting none of his good ones go. But if I was to ever find me a good wheel well, I would still use that on this convertible. And what I might end up doing, guys, is that's why I haven't really worked on my hardtop, because the Arizona car, and I'm customizing that car, so I might swap out the radiator core support and the wheel wells off of that hardtop and save these good parts for the convertible. So that's probably the route I'm going to end up going, guys. But anyway, you know, because that 70 Wildcat, even though it's the Arizona car, I mean, I want my convertible to be top notch. But all right, so I got to cut this. Now I'm going to take this over to the vise. I'm going to make sure, see how that edge there is up. I want to make sure this is bent down and tucked down like this first. Then I want to, I just put it in the vise in the angle, but I can bend this downward. All right, I'll be back. Guys, so now I got that bent down the way I want it. So now I gotta trim this back here, but what I'm thinking I'm gonna end up doing is I got a crimping tool, so I think I'm gonna let this slide up under here, up under this section, and like I said, it's up under the bottom. It is a plastic piece to go here, and it might hide that seam. But all right, let me come back. I gotta weld these up. Either I can do them now or do them later once I get this on here. But all right, guys. All right, guys. So I'm gonna sit this here, and I'm gonna mark here, and I'm gonna mark here. And what I want to do, guys, this don't have to be perfect, because I can grind off on the inside later. Alright, so I'm going to cut this out, guys. Alright? I'm going to cut this out. Guys, so what I need to do here is that this piece is going to go in here like so. So I'm going to mark this up. Alright, so that way I know how much I gotta take this down. So let me get my other tool here and I'll show you here. Alright, so boy, you ain't used the tool in a while. Kind of wonder, is it still working? I oiled it up. It's working good. So, alright, let me see what I'm gonna do here with this. Alright, so I don't know, yeah, you can see it there. See how it crimps either one way, up or down. So this way will be up, this way will be down. I want this to crimp down because I want this side to stay flush, because this side sits on the radiator core support. So I want this to stay flush. So I want this to crimp down in here. So I'm going to slide this tool in here. Get it as close to the edge that I can get it. All right. So now, when this sits in here, all right, so this sits in here. So now, I gotta take quite a bit of this edge off on here still, on this side, because this gotta sit down in between that groove flush. These videos might be a little longer, guys. You know, it might be a couple of different videos because I want to just really come in here and show you how I do this. So, alright, so I'm going to mark that off there, and then I'm going to come in and, you know, I'm just guesstimating here. Same thing here. I kind of just eyeball that, guys. I mean, when you do it so long. Alright. So now, see, that's sitting down between there. So now all I got to do, go over to the vise, I'll hammer these ends down, and I'll probably clip them back in an angle just a little bit, and I'll be back here. Alright, so what I did, I angled these ends back just a little bit there, guys. So now that's going to fit down in there just right. So let me come in here now and come in and do this. So I'm also going to split this right here so I can bend this and hammer this down to fit flush in here. So I'm going to just cut. And if I cut too much, I can always weld it back up. Well, I just want to have room to play in there. Alright, so let me fire the welder up. Oh yeah, that's going to be perfect. Alright, so yeah, that's going to be perfect there, guys. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this up. I hope my weld through primer is still good. So I'm going to clean all of this up, and then I'm going to come in and spray some weld through primer on there. Spray weld through primer on here, and I can actually spray some weld through primer in here where all of this up under there be sealed. Once I get this all welded up, I ain't got to worry about that rusting through, guys. Alright, guys, so also to make sure that this is sitting down, I'm gonna cut. And look at this, I'm gonna cut, and then this will be flush. I don't want to cut too much off, and then this can come this way here. So it's like, might be, gotta just follow along what I'm doing. Makes sense to me. If it don't make no sense to nobody else, like I said, I don't want to cut too much off. Just the way I do things. So, all right, so that's good. I'm gonna grind this corner down just a little more and leave just a small gap there. It might be close there. I just need to cut this end off here just a little bit. There we go. There we go. So now I just gotta come in, guys, and put the well-through primer on here. I crimp this down a little better, and then I'll be back. All right, so this Sims well-through primer. I shook it up. You know, the one time when I first started buying, the guy told me, "Oh, turn it upside down." And this thing will be so clogged up when you do that. All right, so I'm gonna let this weld-through primer dry. Then I'm gonna come back in and start welding this piece in, guys. All right, so now I got the weld-through primer on here. So now I just want to come through, set this down in place. All right, so put that weld there, but before I cool it down, I wanted to hammer and dolly this. So alright guys, so this is pretty much flush the way I want it. I still look at it, make sure it's flat. Look like I could, don't really need a spot weld there. Let me see. I'll see, might need to put a spot weld right there. But what I normally do guys is just to seal this off on my welds, you know, cause some of the seam sealers are paintable. So I like to just go over my welds with a seam sealer and seal it off both sides and then paint it. So I'll flip this over here in a minute, show you. So I still got this section here to do, and I'll probably come in tomorrow and do that, but it's the same process as what it is here. But I might come in and do another video because I still got other stuff to do here. So I'll still be doing certain stuff here guys to get this all patched up here guys, you know, because I got to cut out sections, bend it, and like I said, I just do certain things one section at a time guys. I mean, that's just kind of the way I do it. And you know, the welds here I'm not going to really worry about because it's in there, you won't see it. This here, I wanted this to be flush because this sits down on the core support. So alright, so this here, this how this looks here. I'm gonna sand this, hammer it down, and weld it around this outside lip here. I just gotta hammer it in. So now guys, either now I got it welded back here. I could weld this for more support, but it's strong anyway guys. So I could weld this up, or else I could grind this down and put a thin coat of seam sealer when I seam seal the rest of this. The battery cover sits here. If I seam seal this, you won't be able to tell. So I don't know what route I'm gonna go with that just yet, but we'll see when I get there. Alright, this I see gonna be a 3-part video. So guys, hey, if you like these videos guys, you know, and I always thank you for tuning in. But if you like what I'm doing here guys, you know, like the video guys, and if you can watch the whole commercial, helps me out. But like the videos, because the more you like the videos, they it helps me out, you know. So like I said, I seam seal around here. This is raised up. I'm not really worried about that. This is where the battery tray is. I'm just trying to get this thing supported up, but you see what I'm doing here. So I'm gonna stop for tonight. I've been out here all day, and I'm gonna stop for tonight and come in and do the last video and show you how this all turned out. I won't get it port 15 and painted because I don't have port 15 right now, but when I get ready to do the frame for the convertible, if I don't take it in and have it dipped, I'm gonna wait and see. But it's still under, you know, certain parts I'm gonna still have to port 15, front end parts, rear end, because you can port 15 and paint over that. But yeah, I gotta grind this down some. But yeah, she turned out really, really good so far, guys. So it's nice and sturdy. Wheel well's coming along pretty good, guys. So, all right.